Let's get into the albums. We have two albums this week: Rakim, G.O.Ds Network, Rebirth, and Lil Tecca Plan A. We can start with the Rakim album because it's a shorter album, 7 songs, 32 minutes, I believe. It's kind of like a collective album, bunch of guys spitting on songs together. There's 7 songs, there's probably like 20 people on this album. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the Rakim project.
I mean, it's really what you would expect from Rakim. Anytime he touches his mic, he comes out first track, BL, and like I said, you get exactly what you expect. The wordplay, the syllable usage, the gritty flows, and the lyrics. It's exactly what you expect from the Godfather of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He can't miss. This man can't miss. It's impossible for him to miss. But he smashed his verse on Now Is the Time. Great hooks throughout the whole project, front to back. King Crooked killed his shit on Pendulum Swing. I thought it was one of the best verses on the whole album.
Definitely
Probably
was.
Kool G coming through doing his thing.
Shout out.
The best thing about this album though is it felt like a hip hop spotlight where Rakim kind of took a step back and just kind of let some legends shine, and still delivered some super solid hooks, a few great verses, like I said on BL. Now's the time. But yeah, it just felt like a homage to hip hop.
You know who
Like I
I
said,
love to see on there?
oh
Joell Ortiz, my
yeah,
fucking guy.
yeah, the goat. That's what I'm
Love
saying.
Joell
Method Man
Ortiz.
on there. You got 38 Special on there. Just like some pure hip hop.
Back
And
in the Cypher days when Cyphers were huge on YouTube, I mean, Joell Ortiz is like the Cypher goat. Like,
yeah,
fucking love Joell
yeah,
Ortiz. Haven't seen his name in a
yeah.
while, loved him there.
Nah, shout out. And that's what it really felt like. Like it's the purest hip hop maybe we've gotten all year in an album. Being 15 years from the last Rakim release, this is exactly what you expect from the Godfather of rap. Just like I said, not only was Rakim on the mic displaying the classic verses on something like BL, Now Is the Time, but like I said, this was more of a homage to hip hop. Him taking the backseat, letting some legends like Kool G, Method Man, 38 Special, Corrupt, and more tear up the mic for like 35 minutes and still jumping in, delivering solid hooks throughout the project, solid samples, good production, the griminess, the grittiness I loved. Great listen and basically exactly what I expected. I gave it an 8.5.
Okay, okay, yeah, high score. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a long album, like we said, only 7 songs. So I kind of like went through each song here. So production on Be Ill, Fire, all 3 verses are great. Now Is the Time was also great, and basically every feature on this album, like no one really lacks. They kind of all deliver. Love Is the Message, another great song. Production quality is crazy. Like the production on Love Is the Message might be one of my favorites. Like it's just such a good production quality on that song. God's Playground, every track kind of follows the same formula where it's like 3 legends giving really good verses, but the production is different on all of them and they all bring their own style with their verses. So you don't really get, I mean, it's only 7 songs, but it's not like they all sound the same. There's a bunch of different styles and diversity throughout all these. Pendulum Swing might be my favorite. Like, I think if you took all the verses and stacked them up, Pendulum Swing probably has the best verses. Like, Pendulum Swing is so good. The vibe, like, actually, when I was listening to Pendulum Swing, you know what I thought? I was like, this kind of reminds me of a Jedi Mind Tricks album. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know, just like
Yeah.
the vibe and how it's just a bunch of guys coming in and spitting verses over these really good beats. Like,
It's just pure hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Pure rap is exactly what you came for.
International is the one I'll go back to the most, probably. Rakim, Joell Ortiz, Kool G Rap. I mean, what more could you want?
Right.
Like seriously. Sign of Seven is more of what we've gotten. Another great song, great beat, great verses. Yeah, short 7 song project. It's kind of like a cheat code. Like every beat is crazy good, and then you get a bunch of legends to just like spit over great verses. Like it's not. It's kind of hard to fuck that up. But yeah, my top 3 songs are Be Ill, Pendulum Swing, International. Like there's not a ton there. It is a short album, but I also gave this an 8.4. Like I'm right there with you.
I mean, yeah, it's concise, it's refined, it's exactly what it's pure hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And being Rakim, it's everything you want.
All the
It's
fats cut
perfect.
off.
It's a
There's no
perfect
filler.
Rakim. album in 2024. Exactly. 7 concise songs paying homage to what hip hop is and what it meant, to not only Rakim but everybody at the time, and what, how far it's come. Just a love letter to hip hop, I think, is what Apple Music's description or something said. And, they're putting it well, because that's really what
Yeah,
it is.
that's exactly what it is. It comes off that way. Reminded me of a Jedi Mind Tricks project, just like a collective album, bunch of rap legends. Yeah, you're at an 8.5, I'm at an 8.4. So where does it go on the tier list with this year's albums, though?
Man, I feel like it's an almost perfect album.
I agree. I'm with you.
Um,
I'm kind of right above Vince Staples, below We Still Don't Trust You. If I would probably put it there if I had to pick, like right there.
it is hard because, like, you got these fully fleshed out, like, Bando Stone in the New World album,
Which I
like
love.
I Lay Down My Life for You, that are just two, like, super fleshed out, well thought out albums. So it is tough to put it up there with them. But at the
I'm not
same time, for
opposed
what
to,
it is,
yeah, for what it is. It can't be much better. I'm already knocking a point off for the shortness and the lack of
yeah,
tracks. Like, if you just graded this without taking concept or length or anything into account, it's easily a 9.
I think that's fair. Right there, I think is fair.
Okay, I mean every song is good. There's like
I
one
mean, yeah,
song I didn't love. I favorited 6 out of 7
it's
songs
just
probably.
such pure hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, there's not going to be as much versatility on something like Bando Storm or I Lay Down My Life for You. There's not going to be trap bangers like a We Don't Trust You or Mixtape Pluto. But it's the foundation of hip hop. Is that true boom bap, real grimy, raw shit. So I fuck with it. I like
And
it.
all the features like came correct. There no one really gave a bad verse. All the production is great. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
strong.
Hell yeah.
The only downside is the runtime, and usually we're complaining about albums being
I
too
like that.
long, and this is the opposite. So it's like, you know,
I like it.
that's you
It
get what
makes
you
it
ask
better
for.
for me. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
All right, the next one we gotta talk about. This one just came out today, I believe. Lil Tecca, Plan A. 18 songs, I think, a little bit
This came
longer.
out
Not
last
Was it
week with
last week?
Mixtape
Oh,
Pluto.
okay.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, yeah, this one is longer, 18 songs, but only 44 minutes, so not a crazy long 90-minute runtime or something. It wasn't like a drag to listen to. So I'll go first on Plan A
yeah.
here. So yeah, I thought the first 3 songs, Taste, Bad Time, and 120, were a really good start. It's like Lil Tecca trying out some new flows and sounds that you've never really heard from him before. I like the first 3 songs a lot. I Can't Let Go with Don Toliver was just kind of okay to me. Like, I thought it was fine. I actually didn't love it. I kind of expected a little more out of it. Most of the songs on Plan A are pretty solid, but honestly, nothing really stood out to me as like amazing or above the rest of the songs. I just think like all 18 songs are like pretty okay. There's no like song I was like, oh my god, this song's fucking amazing. But Don Toliver's also the only feature on here. Like we complain a lot about runtime and lack of diversity, and I do think this album would have like benefited from some more features actually. Like I love a good solo project from time to time, but I think this album specifically could have used like 3 or 4 features. I don't know, I think it would have helped. But yeah, we get Lil Tecca playing with different flows, which is cool. I dig the new sound, the new style that he's trying out. I just thought it got a little repetitive production wise. A lot of the songs do kind of sound similar, even though he's giving like different flows and deliveries. The production is like super similar throughout. So like my only like I liked a lot of the songs. I didn't love really any of the songs. Production got a little boring to me. I just think it would have benefited from some features to like bring some spice to the album. Like it's not a bad project. Most of the songs are solid, but I think it's just kind of forgettable to me, like comparing it to other albums of this year. I think it needed a few less tracks, a few more features. Like if it was 13 songs and 4 of them had features, I think it would have been a lot better. Like there's still good songs on here though. Taste, Bad Time, Number 2, Flowers, 120. Like there's good songs. I didn't not like it. I gave it a 7.3.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I understand the criticism for sure, and I guess you'll see that in my review. We're pretty similar on the score, but like you said, he came out the gate hot with the first 3 tracks I thought were great. Taste, Bad Time, and 120. 120 being my favorite, maybe on the album. It did actually stand out to me. Like you were saying, there was nothing really that stood out. 120 is going to go on my playlist. I'm going to be banging it for sure. One thing that stood out to me as well is the transition from Taste to Bad Time, where he has a good, solid rapping and vocal performance off the bat on Taste, and then he continues it on Bad Time over the relaxed but impressive, raps over like the like psychedelic, almost wavy production. You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting and fun to listen to. I liked his flow on number 2. The cadences were great. The beat was great.
Yeah,
I didn't
I like
really.
number 2 a lot. I did put that in my top 4. That one's good.
Yeah, number 2
In
was
the
a
middle,
banger.
that's my favorite out of the middle run there.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't a huge fan of like something like Vogue. You got the drill cuts, like the almost relaxed drill cuts, which I thought was interesting.
The
On
self to self one.
Yeah, something like Self to Self,
Yeah,
which I
that's a
thought was
different.
cool.
That's a diff. That one does kind of stand out as unique to the rest, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But like you said, it does kind of get repetitive near the end of the track list. But still solid songs and performances from Tecca. He was rapping great. Uh, his vocal performances were great. Good production throughout. And really no bad songs, no like egregious songs that stood out to me that like, oh, this is a bad song. Solid album, I thought. I guess
Yeah.
overall, while somehow like still feeling young in the game, Lil Tecca definitely feels young in the game. This is his 5th studio album,
Yeah,
and
I read that.
he continues to deliver like some solid work. Really, he doesn't miss often. I like a lot of his stuff, from the melodic vocal performances on here to the rapping. He seems very rounded on this project. I thought starting out the gate hot on songs like Bad Time, 120, like I said, where he showcases his performances over those relaxed psychedelic beats, and continues the trend, as well as mixing in that little drill element on Self to Self, stuff like that throughout the album. Like I said, maybe a bit repetitive near the latter half of the album, but it was still impressive, and I thought it was fun to listen to. I went with an 8 out of 10 on this one.
Okay, yeah, you're a little higher than me, but yeah, I don't think there was like a song that stood out as like bad. There's just
Yeah,
like none that I was like, this song fucking rules either. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
be
I mean, we're
banging.
not super.
120 is hard, bro. I really fucked with 120.
I think
Yeah,
those first 3 are the best 3 though. That's
I
the
agree.
problem.
I
Is
agree.
like it started off really strong and then it didn't really get better. It
But
didn't get say worse either. It just kind of stayed average to me.
that's a
But
common theme in a lot of these albums, though. They start out the gate hot, and then it's like, okay, they kind of replicate the same sound maybe throughout the album, can't switch it up enough, or maybe just the latter half just isn't as good, sonically, rapping wise, production wise, but still a good
that's what
album
I just
nonetheless.
thought some features on this could have like really brought it up a couple
Yeah,
notches, which is
good
like a
point.
lame take because like features you don't need a bunch of features to make your albums good, but like this one just felt like it needed it for some reason. I don't know.
I mean, it would have been cool to hear a couple features on here for sure.
So where does it go? Plan A, Lil Tecca, the 2024 album tier list. Here it is. Where does it go? Because I'm probably in a few misses.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to put it in good, not great. I would put
No,
it
I
in a
don't think
few
it's quite
misses.
down there. Yeah. I think it's better than Hood Poet. I think
Yeah, I
it's
agree. Better than Gunna to me. It's
probably
around there.
it's
It's
around
around there.
Gunna status, yeah.
I
Probably better than Mr. Ski. I'd
yeah.
probably put it right above Mr. Ski.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right. Well, we're on the same page.
There you go. Lil Tecca, Plan A. Not a bad album. Could have been better.
Not
Could
at
have
all.
used some features, a little spice, but no
Yeah,
bad
maybe I
songs.
rated it a bit high. Maybe it's more like a 7.6, 7.5 type shit.
It's definitely not bad though. Like I thought
No,
it was
it's
a good
not.
listen. 44 minutes. Like it's not a tax to listen to. Like you can definitely make it through that. It's an enjoyable album.
It's impressive too. Like his rapping is good. I like his vocal performances. The production's great. It's a well-rounded album.
It's Off the Top podcast, got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top podcast,